Du, 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 du. Du, 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 du. Du, 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 du. Well, hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. And what a little treat for you, catching us live. This is a tea time stream, barely ever seen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's not live, it's still a replay, but it's around tea time, so you can join us in the chat. Now, if you put flippity floppity flop, flip flap flip in the chat, you can win a hoodie today. That's it, a big VRC giveaway, a hoodie for you if you can type flippity flop 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 flip flippity flip flippity flop 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 in the chat. I'll tell you when you get it correct. Skyjacker, good afternoon, precious. So, where are we? We're at Sardegna. I think it's the C track. And I don't mean that in any kind of profanity way. It's just called Sardegna C. It's not referring to what we think of the track. And Muddy's in the chat saying, good evening, my good sir. Well, hello, I doff my cup to you, my sir. And I'll tip my brew to you as I take a sip. A bit early in the stream, I know, but we've got to get cracking. We're at Sardegna. I can see this is going to be a long one because you guys are going to just be in the chat with me. So we're at Sardegna for round 4 of the VW Golf Cup. Right, let me get the bump. I love the bump. The bump is what I live by. Now better than something written down. What is the VW Golf Cup? The VW Golf Cup is a one-make series using the VW Mark 1 GT1 with some tuning available. Tunes. Using full tunes. Racing around 8 rounds. Each round will consist of a 7-minute qualifying followed by 3 15-minute sprint races on racing medium tyres. Races 2 and 3 will be reverse grid order to the previous race results. And if you want to know what all the parts and the tunings are, then I refer you to go back to stream 1, where I read them all out. It's very interesting. This championship has been a hot dog contested championship, I must say. So without further ado, I can do, push pineapple, shake a treat. I'll get to the table. Skyjacker has been domineering in this championship, winning the first 4 races. And since then, there have been so many random people winning races, I cannot say. So, oh, and in the chat, Flashman saying, evening all, and Jokers is here from holiday. He's on his hollybobs and he's tuning in. So, evening. Don't forget that VRC hoodie is up for grabs. Oh, it's so cheesy when YouTubers do giveaways, don't they? It just makes me feel sick to my mouth even saying it. Come on, guys, get your VRC hoodie. Don't forget to type flippity flippity flop flip flip flop flippity flap flop flip in the chat, and I'll pick a random person, my mum, to win the VRC hoodie. So in the top of the table is Skyjacker on 133 points. I'll tell you what you can do. Right, I'll give you this, because this is legit. If you watch this video all the way to the end, I will tell you how to get an ambulance. It's really easy. It's a bit shady, but yeah, okay? Watch this video. I don't know who else has done this. This is like a new concept I've just thought of right here. If you want an ambulance, watch this whole stream and I'll tell you at the end how you get one. A real one, not a digital one. So, the table. Skyjacker's at the top with 133 points. Second place, Homesick Alien on 124 points. Ensign Hewitt. Oh, Flashman. Oh, he's got rid of it. That's what I thought he'd given it away. Flashman, come on. I'm going to start again now because Flashman, he distracted me. Yes, Flashman knows. And it's gone again. It keeps popping up and going. So first is Skyjacker, 133 points. Second place is Homesick Alien on 124 points. Third place is Ensign Hewitt on 117 points. Jokers is fourth on 116 points. Then we have fifth for Bazza on 106 points. Silver Star is sixth on 101 points. Guesty is seventh on 80 points. Mayumi eighth on 38 points. Electric is ninth on 38 points. And 10th is Scary Rambo, which I think we know him as Harv. Not half, Harv. To halve and to hold. So, yeah, that table is tight. I mean, Skyjacker, he's a little ahead, but I think they're slowly hauling him back in. But beyond that, we've got 117s versus 116s, 106s. It's a tight table. It's still anyone's. And Ensign Hewitt in the chat saying, hello, Thingy. Hi, Ensign. How are you? So we're at Sardegna, the Seacourse. Oh, another sip of my coffee, if you don't mind. Keep the energy up. All of my coffee. Right, wow, bam, thank you, man. Where are we? Sardegna Sea. What we doing? Golfs, GT1s. They are absolutely nifty, swifty. The grid, after qualifying 7 minutes, and on pole we have Jokas. He had some strong showings all throughout the season. Last round was stunning, and now he is on pole position. I think he may have already got pole, actually, last round, if I remember rightly. But Jokas really is rising to the top in the Golf Cup. In second place, we have Homesick Alien. He broke his duct finally, and now he is starting his campaign for this championship. He's second in the championship, chasing down Skyjacker. Then in third, we have Silver Star, I think also a winner of this season, and doing very well. He was at Porsche in last, I think it was the Sprint Cup, actually, not this, because he was getting used to a new wheel. So he probably is still getting used to a new wheel, but he's third on the grid, which is absolutely blistering. Fourth is Ensign Hewitt. Big Dan, Big D, is donning himself a little Rich Energy livery there. Still yet to see a can of the stuff, but we see it all over Ensign's cars. Then we have, is that fifth on the grid. We have any more takers on fifth? Any more? It's Sky motion detected at the front door. You freak. Dare you interrupt me, Alexa? How dare you? You are lowly AI. Bad coding at best. How dare you interrupt me? So, in fifth place, we have Skyjacker, car 99. And his grip on this championship slowly slipping down to fifth place. What can he hope to get out of this? He's all been about the podiums this season. He's got most bar a few. So Skyjacker with a huge job to do, championship leader there. We've got the Baz Martini, shaken but not buzzard. It's Baz, and he's sitting in seventh. Oh, and the rims are clean as a whistle. Look at them bad boys. Transform me to 1950, baby. I am a dreaming. Dream, 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 dream. Like Baz's hopes of winning. And then in eighth place, we have the newcomer. It is the Halves, or Scary Rambo, as it says in the championship, but I only see the nicknames, so I know him as Harv. And now he's covered his legitimate livery needs, and he's ready to go. Still no sponsorship. I'll give you a sponsorship, Harv. Don't you worry. Read then. Jokers on pole. That was a long time, wasn't it? It felt a long time. In the chat before we start, we've got virtual. Oh, we've got the voice of God. Jokers killing it in the golfs, says the VRC club. And that echoed a little bit, and the room shook when it said it. Ensign Hewitt saying they can't afford to make any drinks. It's all sponsorship money for me. And Ensign, you are earning it, mate, with a podium. at the 2.5s. So, and James Harvey is smashing it. Read then. That's jokes, I think. I don't know who's smashing it. Me? Never. I'm smashing the coffee. Here we go then. Lights out. It's time to race. And Jokers are doing an absolute cracking job from qualifying onto pole and taking that into the lead of this race. Homesick Alien stays second, Silver Star in third, and it's close at the top there, but Jokers leaves nothing on the table as Homesick Alien tries to defend from Silver Star, but Silver Star on the brakes, and Halves has absolutely made a cane of a star. Cracking one, jumped 3 places, now he's alongside the Dan, and it looks like he's getting a bit of hazing there from Skyjacker and Big Dan, either side of him. They're both rearranging the fenders on his car, and he comes through. The audacity of the blue car. But he's off wide, he's missed the braking point, and that slips him back to where he qualified. And meanwhile, Jokers leads from Homesick Alien, Silver Star in third place. Skyjacker moving it up into fourth ahead of Big Dan after their shenanigans with the half. Bazza is sixth with the half. He's got pace. We can see him rise again in this race, I am sure. Jokers, though, is very close for him, and Homesick in second place as he is in the championship. Come on, boy. Let's take this race to the Polish. No, down the straights, Jokers has definitely got it. There's no toe there for Homesick Alien, and Jokers, low on downforce? I don't think they can fiddle with the downforce. So something in that with mechanical grip or suspension, the toe possibly, or something, but he's got something on the Alien down the straight, and Homesick Alien a little faster in the turns, it would seem, but Jokers just needs that straight line speed. Meanwhile, Silver Star slipping back into the 4th, 5th battle, and we are going to have an epic battle for the podium in this race. Well, I don't know, how many laps is it? Is it just 15 minutes? I can never remember. It might be laps. I should have checked. Race info. Silver Star then having to defend from Skyjacker, who is right there now, and if Toe has anything, this is the place it will do it. And Skyjacker planted to the back of Silver Star's Golf as they come across the line, still racing up ahead. Jokers and Homesick Alien, they're making a real thing of it out there in the lead of the race. I haven't even put the volume up. You can hear me, can you? I bet you wish you hadn't. Oh, and Skyjacker getting very close there to the rear quarter of Silver Star. He can nearly taste the podium. Big Dan looks like he slipped away from the battle. Bazza sticking it in there, and Halves hasn't quite catched up the people yet. Caught up the pack. Jokers then, meanwhile, under pressure on the backside of the track, but it is where he shines is on the straight as he gets around the final hairpin. Homesick Alien dogging him all the way, just needs to be pitch perfect on his accelerator, getting out of the corner better than Homesick Alien can, and just try and keep that setup that he's got down the straight ahead of the Alien. Meanwhile, Silver Star has pulled away. Oh no, big chock, big business has happened. Big business has happened from the battling Skyjacker and Big Dan. Ooh, Silver Star made a little wide mistake there as Skyjacker and Big Dan close each other up, and it's a bit of miscommunication through the wiggly bits. They're side by side. Big Dan looks to get the position back, but no, Skyjacker's holding on. Big Dan's there, and they get to the top of the hill and they clout each other. Boom. Beautiful racing, boys. Beautiful. Bazza now moving up and into 4th place, and I bet Big Dan and Skyjacker do not know whose fault that is and who should wait for whom. And Harvey thinks, that's karma, boys. Thanks for the hazing. See you later. And it's Big Dan that gives up to a Skyjacker, so Big Dan owns the whole shebang. Meanwhile, Joker still leads with the fastest lap, but Homesick Alien is on his 6 and giving it absolutely everything. Silver Star looking for a podium here with the Baz chasing him down, and the Baz has found some pace mid-race. A 103.3 versus 102.9, so Silverstar still a little faster at the moment than Big Baz. Harvey then, he's got a job to do to stay ahead of Skyjacker, the championship leader, I may add, and Big Dan, who is absolutely blisteringly fast. And Jokus, meanwhile, this is his moment, this is his time. Crossing the line again. I want to say there's like 7 laps here. I don't know. Let me give a check. And Ensign Hewitt saying I bounced over the curb. Oops, hang on. And I don't want to do any of that. I bounced over the curb and it skipped me into Sky. Why? Why, you damn mechanics, physics? I wouldn't have done it in real life. It would have just sort of like bounced a little bit. And it definitely wouldn't have bounced Sky. Joker's looking to pull away a little bit from Homesick Alien there, and I'd say, what a man, he's been there. He's been there for as long as I can remember, since the VRC was born. I believe Joker's was born with it. And he has raced in everything I have ever known the VRC to do. And today, all of that builds up to this moment with one of the fastest virtual racing club drivers giving him pressure all the way to the flag, and the pole is soaking up the pressure. He is loving it. He is absolutely dining out on the pressure that Homesick Alien is dealing him, and he's leading. He's leading off of his own merit. No mistakes were made here. Jokus is dominating. Can't see. Hang on, it'd be race info. 4 laps. Numbers. See the last one. Sardinia. It must be 15-minute races. I think they are 50. I think they're timed. It's because now we're doing numbered races with the sprints. I get. Joker's then, amazing job. But Homesick Alien closing in. He clips the curb. He gets away with it. Unbelievable driving there from Homesick Alien. He must have lost his guts going down that hill when he clipped that curb. He must have thought the back end, normally that would spin your back end all the way around, but Homesick Alien really is on the Joker, and this might not be Joker's day. 15 minutes, we're only at 6 minutes, and Joker's now is under immense pressure out in the lead. And Silverstar, he's got a lovely gap. Bazza's getting stressed. Skyjacker has made his way through and up into 5th already with Big Dan. Harvey slipping back. He's not got that pace with the 106. They do not help. Harv's still finding his feet though. Always takes a slight acclimatization when you join a new group to get the swing of how things are done. And Homesick Alien, absolutely unbelievable pressure he's putting on Jokus at the moment, as a Silverstar having a cruise today. Look, he even fancied a 108 last time round. He's been doing 102s, 103s, and he fancied a 108 because he's got so much space. And Skyjacker has got the move done on the Baz. No, where's the Baz gone? We're going to go back because Baz was saying he was in 4th position. Oh, Baz did it to him. You do it to yourself. You do. That's what really hurts. So Baz put himself in the wall there to get out of racing Skyjacker and Big Dan. These guys are looking like the bullies of the grid, aren't they? No one wants to race them. They just throw it off the road when they're around them. And Skyjacker and Big Dan making their way through. And next on their list is Silverstar. Is he doing another 108? We'll see. No, back into the 103s for Silverstar. I think he knows he can't hang around now with Skyjacker and Big Dan pushing on towards him. Bazza is licking his wounds after he's off, but he's still ahead of the new boy Halves. But Harvey will be closing that gap pretty soon. Joker still leads this race versus the Alien, and Homesick Alien throwing everything he's got at the Polish driver, and he is just, he's loving it. Look at him smashing out those records left, right and centre. Under the brakes, the back end looked like it was wiggling around there, leaving it till last minute for Jokers to get on those brakes. We're 8 minutes, we're only about halfway through this race, These Golfs, they really feel like endurance races when they're 15 minutes. So much happens. Homesick Alien still chasing down his foe. Silverstar is all right at the moment, but the might of Skyjacker and Big Dan coming through. Harvey's ahead of the Baz. The Baz has had an issue. He's had a couple of issues, but now he's had another issue that puts Harv up ahead of him, and Harv's now trying to stay with the big boys ahead of him, but they're virtually the straighter down, and Big Dan's having a look. He's having a very close look at the back of the monster Golf. Don't hit him. As they try to catch up, Silverstar ahead. They've got no chance with the Jokers and Homesick, unless them two really come a cropper. But at the moment, it just seems like Follow My Leader up in the lead. Homesick Alien has no answer for Jokers' pace, and there goes Skyjacker, a little late on the brakes, and Big Dan says, why, thank you very much. That was most epic of you, sir. And that puts Big Dan up and into fourth, scoring good points. Silverstar just ahead of him. Silverstar on a good pace at the moment, but Big Dan doing 102s, and that will edge him closer to Silverstar. As Silverstar crosses the line in third place, we are just coming up to the 10-minute mark. Silverstar planting down a 103.2. Big Dan pushing it to a 102.6. That's half a second faster. So Silverstar's podium could be in threat in the next 5 minutes. Watch this space as Homesick Alien still pursues Jokers, but just hasn't got the pace on the Polish. It's down to driver mistakes today out there for the win, and the Pole is not making any driver mistakes in this race, I tell thee. Homesick, all he can do is keep piling on the pressure and try and hope those mistakes come, but he can't beat the setup on Jokers' car today or the man. Silverstar at the moment, he's paddling, he's treading water, and Big Dan's bringing it with Skyjacker. Well, he's bringing Skyjacker, he's bringing it and Skyjacker, which is two things you don't want him bringing. Halves at the moment, he's got it into the 103s. That's the target lap time, and Halves now, you can see he's settling into the little Golf, finding a rhythm around here. Did I even say where we are? We're at Sardegna C circuit. And the Baz, oh, he doesn't like that final corner, does he? Really only just keeping the car within the lines, chasing down Halves, the rookie. Jokers, he's not a rookie, but he's a rookie in our championship. I think I may have seen that he's not done a lot of online racing. He's done a lot of the time trials and stuff. He's fast, but he's got to get used to racing in a crowd. But he's doing a beautiful job at the moment, keeping it where it needs to be to stay ahead of the Baz. Jokers, meanwhile, crossing the line at 11.5 minutes. It's an eternity for him to cling on to this lead as Homesick Alien brings it. A 102.4 from Homesick Alien. Jokers a 102.3. Nothing, absolutely nothing between them. In the chat, Jokers himself saying, my little Golf is a monster. So Joker's happy with the creature that he's created. And it's looking at tidy. Homesick Alien slipping even further back. This is good tidings for Jokers. And Homesick guaranteed second place here with Silverstar still in his own. Oh, Big Dan and Skyjacker at it again. The story of Sardegna is spin Skyjacker and Big Dan. Look, Skyjacker bullying his way past Big Dan to stay ahead on points. And Big Dan touching the dust around here at Sard. Getting very close through here. You've got to be a man with balls of steel to take that car full whack through that area, because it's very bumpy indeed. And Big Dan again, and oh, Skyjacker late on the brakes possibly. Car just stepped away from him, and Big Dan is through and back and into fourth place as Skyjacker tries to get motion going again before the half is on sight. And I tell you what, he's in the 103s on the reg now, and I think Harvey has got to grips with either the track or the car, but he's in the fight, and he's staying ahead of the Baz that cannot close in on him. Jokers, meanwhile, look at the chasm of space he's built behind him. And Homesick Alien's shoulders do droop His head goes down a little. He cannot find that pace. A little more tinkering in the tune shop for him. And Jokers is at home here. 13 and a half minutes. Still a while to go yet. But it's Jokers' race to throw away. As Homesick Alien losing space and time. 101.8 from Jokers, a 101.9 from the Alien. And Homesick Alien must be wondering what more he can throw at Jokers. Silverstar in that third spot, and he's been given a reprise with Skyjacker and Big Dan getting into a tussle. And that's put Big Dan a little further away from Silverstar's podium. 1 minute to go, and you can't see Big Dan closing in on Silverstar at this point. We'll see. They might just get across the line, or more than likely get across the line to start another lap after this one. Possibly is tight. Skyjacker, meanwhile, bringing it home. It's a damage limitation, I believe, for Skyjacker. On the points here, it seems. He was very racy, but luck just didn't go his way. That one in the braking zone just seemed like that could have happened to anyone. On the brakes, and the back end just went the wrong way. If it had swung the other way, it would have looked awesome. Yellow flag ahead. Oh no, Silverstar has given Big Dan the podium, it would seem. Let's have a look. Silverstar then pushing. Doesn't need to push so hard. He's got nice space. Big Dan is closing in. And again, it's the Skyjacker syndrome. And Silverstar pointing the wrong way in the corner under braking. And Big Dan has gained twice in that corner. He loves it. See, let's call it Big Dan's corner. And Skyjacker then up and into fourth as Silverstar. Rotten luck, rotten feelings for the man. There was no need. Kaz, it's your fault. Harvey then could have picked up some, if he's been doing beautiful lap times. I'm not saying he shouldn't have done. Oh, we got people finishing. Hang on. Jesus, wet. Don't interrupt me, Alexa. Told you before. Skyjacker then comes across the line. Fourth place, not bad really for the race he had. Fourth place, it's not there. Well, Silverstar, come on. Finishes in fifth. Harvey in sixth. Baz has already finished. Jesus. Harvey bringing it to the line for sixth spot. Nice. He's not read the rules about spinning it over the line. Jokers, it's not big, it's not clever. It's not condoned in the BRC. And Jokers comes around the final corner. What a drive. What a man. What a guy. Fantastic drive there, Jokers. Brilliant stuff. Take the wife in a manly fashion tonight. Homesick Alien in second place always takes his wife in a manly fashion. And Big Dan, you bloody legend. Oh, what's he doing? He's showing off in the final corner. Brings it down to take a boo, my son. Look at you. Thrilling. Thrilling is all I can say about that one. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful. That's race one. Hoo-wee. Tiger. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Jokers takes the win. Very much in favour of Polish people winning. Tick like. Jokers, legend, driver of the day. Jokers, amazing stuff. And we've got 2 races to go yet, so that's bold. Homesick Alien did all he could. What more could he have done? And comes home in second, which is good points on Skyjacker in the championship, but he would have loved to have that win. Big Dan stuck it in there and brought it home for a podium. Beautiful stuff from the Ensign Ewart. Skyjacker fourth, and I imagine he'd take that when he was facing the wrong way in the last turn, just 3 or 4 laps from the end of the race. So Skyjacker getting unlucky with the lucky, and then unlucky with the lucky. But Skyjacker getting fourth. Silverstar just unlucky, not even getting a bit of luck, but Silverstar cracking race. Final lap, virtually losing it in the final corner and costing him 2 positions. You got to feel for him. Silverstar in 5th. Harvey had an amazing start, got right in there with the big boys, elbows out, but in the end, I think maybe just slightly late on the braking and ended up a little bit wide of the mark. But he come back good. Harvey found a lovely, consistent lap time on par with everyone else. And if he hadn't had his moments early on in the race, I reckon he would have been there in the fight. And Bazza, just the nightmare continues. It doesn't even look like he tried to do the last lap, just pulled over and waited. I don't think Bazza's enjoying the Golfs this season. Enjoying the rims, not the Golfs. They're great, Baz. You've got to get into it. So, Jokers, absolutely fantastic job. Well done, mate. Let's go on to race, or shall we give Big Dan his moment? Go on to race 2. Bang, there you go. There was your moment. Enjoyed it? Don't milk it. Read then. Race 2 then. Wow. That feels like that's enough. I could end the stream here and we'd be all filled up with our racing needs. But there is another 2 races, so we will continue. The grid, it will reverse. And we will go again for another 15 minutes of crazy racing. And how will Jokers fare from the back of the grid? Na, 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 na. Here we go then. Lights out. Baz is on pole. And so why am I on Skyjacker? There you go. So we're on Baz going down to the first corner. Remember, Harvey had an amazing start in the first race. Can he get it in the front? He does, and so does Silverstar. Silverstar absolutely caning it. Oh, but he's had a little knock from the Baz into the dust. Baz trying to get out of the way of the rest of the crew so he can redress. And it's Jokers. Jokers from the back has absolutely destroyed it. Where did Silverstar go in amongst all that? We might have to go back and watch Jokers' trajectory there, because he's, oh, there you go. Silverstar, yeah, he got punted, didn't he? Sorry, Baz was waiting. And yeah, Silverstar, just right time, right place, right person. And he's up and in the lead again. Is he going to go for the Skyjacker special and try and get all 3 wins like Skyjacker did in round 1? Positive thinking, people. Harvey there, rookie of the season. He's there right in the chuff of the Polish driver. And he's doing a cracking job. Meanwhile, Bazza in 3rd as he waited for Silverstar. Skyjacker in 4th, Homesick Alien 5th, Big Dan is 6th, and Silverstar is at the back. I think they're in the chat with each other, so maybe Silverstar told Bazza just to continue on and don't wait for him because he was having a mare. Harvey, though, not keeping up with the pole, and he's got a big queue of cars behind him. Skyjacker, Homesick and Bazza on board with the Baz as we get the thick of the action. Beautiful stuff. There you see Harvey's blue car just ahead of Skyjacker as Homesick Alien pulls the moves. And Big Dan tried to as well. He got it on Baz, but he didn't get it on Skyjacker. But the Baz comes back strong against a Big Dan. And it's side-by-side action from the 2 drivers there. And Big Dan just cuts off Bazza to get 5th place. And up ahead then we've got Harv in the lead. He's had a little bite of the dust, and that gives Homesick Alien the opportunity to come through. But Homesick Alien looks like he's got in the corner too fast. Now they're side by side, and Harvey's gone tenacious with it. And wow, what a move from Harvey. That was scary stuff. I don't know how much control he had over the car there, but wowzers from Harvey. Great move on the Alien. You don't usually see that move pulled too often, especially on Homesick Alien. I thought Homesick Alien took too much speed into that corner, and then along came Harvey. Skyjacker then up and into 3rd. This is a right rugby. What do they call it when all rugby people get together? Scrum. It's a scrum. Here. We thought we'd come to watch racing, and there goes Homesick Alien up the inside, clean as a whistle, and Skyjacker picks up a tip from the Alien, and Harvey down into 4th place. Big Dan in 5th, Bazza's 6th, with Silverstar in 7th. Jokers is in this race on his own, up in front. Homesick Alien ahead of Skyjacker then. The championship battle so far, but with Jokers getting maybe a double win this round, that's got to put Jokers in the thick of that action as well. So Homesick Alien and Skyjacker, the points might be more important than they think. Harves has come for another move. Wow, Harves carried some speed into that final corner. I don't know if there was contact there, but Halves wasn't, and hasn't. And Homesick Alien under threat from the rookie, Harvey. He's shining. Someone put a sponsor on that car. It's getting view time. Homesick Alien, oh, I don't know if that was a small punt from Harvey, getting caught out by the break-in. And Homesick Alien then slipping down into fourth place. Harvey not redressing at the moment, letting maybe the stewards deal with that one. Harvey under pressure from Skyjacker. He's playing it defensive, but Skyjacker already... Oh, he's trying to redress maybe with the Alien. Ooh, what a place to redress. And he's tried to redress with everyone because they've all come through. Poor Halves. He's tried to do the right thing and he's lost out big time. So Skyjacker then, there's no real clear way of redressing, my friend. You did about as good as you could. It's just, I would have maybe waited. Yeah, it's no good place at Sardegna, thinking about it. Joker's absolutely owning it. Still, fastest lap. I think he got the fastest lap in the first race, and this is the man to beat. This season, it started off as Skyjacker, very dominant. I mean, he's doing well. He's in second place. Homesick Alien in third. Big Dan is fourth with Harvey in fifth. Bazza closing in on the Halfmeister. And Harvey still a little rough around the edges. His racecraft at the moment trying his hardest to keep the pace with those boys, but just running out of track hither and there. And that has now put Bazza in a great spot on the back of the blue car. He's looking for that space up the inside. Harvey knows it, closes it off, but this is it. Beautiful stuff. Bazza pulling the trigger on that move, and Harvey trying to go all the way around the outside, but just can't quite keep the Golf in there. And Bazza straight over defensive, thinking Harvey's closer, but Harvey, I think he just tried to go the long way round rather than pulling it in, and has lost a bit of a gap to the Baz. And the Baz now fifth place. Big Dan catching up with the battle here. Jokers has thrown a load of time away. He's done a 106, and now Skyjacker and Homesick Alien look like a rather large threat to Joker. Or maybe he's just giving them a carrot because he is immensely faster than everyone else around here. So maybe just a small carrot for the two behind. And Skyjacker is wearing Homesick Alien at this point. Homesick Alien all over the back of him like a cloak, flapping in the air. Then there's Skyjacker, plants it dead middle of the road. Homesick Alien going for a wide entry to try and get a better exit, and a move is on the cards here. You saw with your own eyes Homesick Alien taking that extreme line into the corner because he knew he wanted to get a slingshot up the straight into the toe to make a move into the first corner. Skyjacker putting his car right dead centre of the track in the hairpin, but it mattered not to Homesick because he was already planning for turn one. It did not pay off, but the thought was there. Big Dan's right in it. Big Dan could be commentating on this race. He's seeing all of it happen ahead of him. Let's have a look around before we come back to this juicy little nugget. Harvey has been caught by Silver Star. Harvey having a couple of rough laps there. He's out of the rhythm. He's just got to find his mojo. Silver Star finding his mojo a couple of rounds ago, and he's on it again. The Bazza back at the back. Bazza struggling with the unpredictability of these Golfs as Jokus soaks it in, pulls away even from Skyjacker and Homesick Alien, which have now merged to be one 8-wheeled Golf transit looking thing. Again in the corner, Homesick Alien right in the chuff of Skyjacker, looking to get a move done here. He's been sick of seeing the back of Golfs, I imagine, as Homesick Alien stared at the back of Jokers all through race one. Now he's staring at the back of Skyjackers, and it's Skyjacker he needs to gain points on in this championship. So that's the last car he wants to see in front of him. But I honestly think Jokers might be, if he keeps taking these wins, he might be a bigger factor in this championship than these may be thinking at the moment. Big Dan as well, right in the action. This championship is beautiful. Skyjacker and Homesick are nearly side by side there. Homesick getting a better drive out of that final corner. Doesn't need a toe. And he's through. Look at him already down the straights. Beautiful stuff from Homesick Alien. And he's been chipping away at that one for the last couple of minutes. Last couple of laps, I'll tell thee. He's got a little wide though. His wheels have touched the dirt. And Skyjacker reclaims the spot back. And I'm sure had a little wry smile on his face when he saw where Homesick Alien was heading. Big Dan didn't gain on the Homesick, so Homesick not losing too much. Just a brisk touch of the kitty litter. But now Big Dan is finding it. Big Dan all over the back of the, I don't even want to try and say it, Camel Volkswagen. Around the outside, or is he going for that nice long run into the straight to try and get an advantage on the Alien, as the Alien had to go defensive into the corner? Skyjacker meanwhile pulling away, chasing down Jokers, who's owning it as we're coming up to the 10-minute mark of this 15-minute race. And Jokers did slow down for a lap, but he's all right now. Skyjacker is battled this whole race, and he's in second place. Homesick Alien has just followed people, made a beautiful move on Skyjacker, but found himself just brushing the kitty litter in turn one, giving Skyjacker the spot, just gained back. Big Dan's been a voyeur of all that is Skyjacker and Homesick. Oh, now Big Dan's thrown it wide, but luckily Silverstar, who has got past the Harvey banger, and we missed it. So Silverstar up, but he's doing some rapid lap times. Is Silverstar 5th spot for now, Harvey in 6th, and Big Bad Baz is not in this race. What bit? He's getting good lap times. He just did that 1:16.5, which really ruined everything for him. Jokers, meanwhile, starts lap 11. He's got the fastest lap of the race. And he's led virtually every lap since lap 1, even though he started at the back. Homesick Alien has got past Skyjacker again. I missed that, sorry. So Homesick Alien back up and into second with the fastest lap. He's taken the fastest lap away from Jokers. He's found something. He's found something, ladies and gents, and Jokers isn't that far ahead. We've got 4 minutes left of racing and another race for Homesick to break Jokers' dominance here at Sardegna. And Skyjacker tries to stay with the Alien. That is such a scary piece of road as Big Dan brings it through. And Silverstar all on his own. He's getting some very lonely racing in, is Silverstar. He must be thinking, am I doing time trials or what? Where is everyone? And Halves as well, 105 last time around. He cleans it up though, he's very fast, a 103.1, which is pretty much what these guys are doing, a 103.1 for Baz. Jokers, his best is a 102.3, but these guys really have honed these cars, a 101.7 for Homesick Alien. Skyjacker managing a 102.4. Big Dan, 102.2, they're fast in there, but they've got toes, some of these. 102.6 there from Silverstar. But Harvey is very much close to the pace. Jokers, meanwhile, being caught by Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien reeling off those fastest laps, one after another, and Jokers could be in trouble here with 2.5 minutes left on the clock. Homesick Alien has suddenly, something's opened up to him. He's realised something. He's found something in a corner where he is now nearly a second faster than he was before, and it's a revelation like Moses and the two tablets with all the silly rules, not silly rules, but the rules. Harvey in the chat saying, I had standard brakes until the test race. Didn't help though. Until the last race. Didn't help though. So Harvey not with the same racing brakes as the other guys. Still working on his car, you see. Homesick Alien then closing in. Jokers must be starting to get nervous. 13 minutes on the clock, 2 minutes to go. That equates to 2 laps, but they are halfway round a lap already, so who knows? 2.5 laps. Maybe 1.5 laps there. Jokers, though, Homesick Alien is absolutely destroying it. He's having a look at the inside. Not yet, Joker says. Not yet. And as they cross the line, it does look like they're going to have to do another 2 laps of this course. Joker's 2 laps of pain to try and keep the Alien behind. This is very much deja vu of what we got from race 1. But it seems like Homesick Alien now has a little bit of pace in his pocket as he has a look up the inside of Jokers. And Jokers, he's having to dig deep in the final stages of this race to try and keep the win. Skyjacker looks pretty safe. Big Dan nowhere near a threat, but the biggest threat to Skyjacker is Spinjacker, and that's who he doesn't want to appear in the final corner again. And it's racing galore up at the front with Jokers trying to fend off from Homesick Alien. Skyjacker will be hoping these two have a little coming together. That'll really put him in the racing seat. Big Dan in 4th, Silverstar is in 5th, Harvey in 6th, Bazza in 7th, but it's Jokers at the moment. 20 seconds on the clock as they head towards the line. They will have to do another lap. Jokers will have to put up with Homesick Aliens pressure cooker for another lap. Skyjacker crosses the line, start another lap, as does Big Dan. Silverstar possibly could be the first finisher tonight on 5th place. He is. It's Silverstar coming home for 5th place. Great race. Harvey brings it home for 6th. And once he's got that car fully built, it is going to be amazing. Bazza brings it home for 7th. It's not a great round for the Baz at the moment. I know we're missing the racing. Here we go. We're back in the racing here with Jokers and Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien right on his bumper as we come through the wiggly part of the track up to the final corner. This is the last moment, and Homesick Alien slung it off to the side. Where's Skyjacker? Homesick Alien hasn't got moving yet. Skyjacker's going to move up in just a second. No, Skyjacker collects Homesick Alien, and Big Dan brings it through. Big Dan, come on, Big Dan! Jokers wins. Big Dan gets second, and Homesick readdresses with Skyjacker, who gets the take a boo, my son. Oh my word. Let me have a moment. Let's all just take a breath. Let's get it ourselves calmed down. So Jokers takes win number 2. This is stressful. Can Jokers... Bloody camera angles are shocking. That's the best he's going to be. Can Jokers get 3 in a row? Can he do a Skyjacker? Scary stuff, people. Homesick has found the secret of Sardinia. He has unlocked the secret of Sardinia's pace.
It's a fantastic championship.
This...
So many great races.
Is aging me, Ensign. You might say this is a fantastic championship with many great racers, so many great racers. But for me, I am aging by the second. The pressure, the stress. Jokers, fantastic job. Brilliant stuff. Great win for Jokers. Big Dan. Big Dan. You big, colossus, lovey, jubbly fella, you. Getting himself 2nd place. Great points. This is going to be tight for the points in this championship. Skyjacker grabbing 3rd place in the end. Homesick Alien having to redress. Although it was Skyjacker that drove into Homesick, but I suppose Homesick could have waited before trying to drive back on track. All sorts of different ways of discussing. It's not for my discussion, for you guys to discuss later. But yes, Skyjacker did drive into Homesick, but Homesick was trying to return to the track, and the rule is you've got to let cars go through. So maybe that's why Homesick Alien redressed at the end there, feeling that he did pull out on Skyjacker. But Skyjacker, take a boo, my son. Fantastic racing. Homesick Alien, 4th place and fastest lap. He was there, wasn't he? Oh, so close, so close, so close. Silver Star brings it home in 5th. Another lonely race for our hero, Silver Star. Harvey coming along. He's got to get some brakes sorted out for his Golf. And then he is going to be the full package. And a little sponsorship name. I don't know why. I just put a name on it. I don't know what name. What's your favourite drink? And the Baz. I wonder what his favourite drink is. In Martini came home in 7th. Baz are just not having a cracking season. Well, not season, but a cracking round. I think he's had a win this season, so it's not all bad. But yeah, it's just Sardegna does not suit Bazza. Say that he'll win round 3. Although I am pretty much feeling that round 3 is going to be Jokers. I think he's going to do the triple. That's where my money is. But racing is very random, so who knows? Don't look up. So here we go, rolling start for the 3rd and final race. Let me get this business sorted out. And it's the Baz who is on pole, followed by Harvey, Silver Star 3rd, Homesick, Skyjacker, Big Dan, Joker. So it's the Baz leads them away. And Harvey now has Silver Star to contend with. He's had him before, and Silver Star closing that gap rather quickly. And yeah, it's going to dispense with him underneath. And that's a job done for Silver Star, up and into 3rd. Harvey, on the curb, but he's coming back at Silver Star, not quite. And Harv slips to 3rd place as Homesick Alien next on the roster for that one. Coming close, didn't he? Coming fast. It's all right. Must have been just a camera shot. But there we go, Homesick Alien. There's Skyjacker in 5th. Joker's already getting past a Big Dan. It's the Baz. Can taste the win. We're 14 minutes away from Bazza crossing the line in 1st place with Silver Star right there in his wake, and Harvey getting round the corner, and Skyjacker looking like he made a bit of a meal of that one, but he's very close. He must have gone for that wide line, and now he's up and in the chuff of Homesick Alien, sitting alongside Skyjacker as he gets the move done up the inside. Can he do it into turn 1? Brave move. Tyres will be cold. It looks quite dark out there. He's gone for Harvey as well. Can he make it stick? He does. All right, and we'll give that one another one outside the car. Oh, sugar. No. Sorry, guys. No, I was going to do that with Skyjacker out of the car because that was quite a move. Quite a move from Skyjacker. Here he goes, lines up the Alien and gets Harvey at the same time. Beautiful stuff. Meanwhile, Silver Star off the road a little bit, fighting with the Baz. And now Skyjacker through Silver Star because Silver Star's off the road a little bit, and Harves is getting the moves done on Silver Star as well. Unbelievable stuff. And Homesick Alien as well. Silver Star costly touch to the grass, and Harves is out wide. Homesick Alien's on the inside of him. Harves is back on the road. He's in 3rd place, but he's going to mucky tyres 3 wide, and Harves has hit the wall. Oh my word, he's hit the wall and he's hit Jokers, has he? My good golly gosh. Big Dan in 6th and Silver Star now in 5th. No, Jokers is up and into 3rd, but he's struggling to get around the corner on that wide line, and he's found himself with a poor Jokers. Had Silver Star coming out wide and collected Jokers there on the drift, I think. Homesick Alien then up in 3rd. Baz is in 2nd with Skyjacker leading. And Skyjacker saying that was a twofer with his move on Harvey and Homesick, but he's gone out wide now, and that's got to give Bazza the lead back as Bazza comes down, and Homesick Alien also with the momentum to take away the position from Skyjacker. Possibly not. Skyjacker will get to the next braking zone. That will save him, but he won't have much grip when he gets there, and he doesn't have much grip, and he's way off the road, and Homesick Alien's through. Homesick Alien's up and into 2nd place, and he's chasing down the Belgium with a great intensity. Silver Star sitting in fourth with Big Dan in fifth. Jokus, the winner of the first two races, is sixth so far with the Halves Meister in seventh. Homesick Aliens taking the lead. Homesick Aliens taking the lead from Bazza. Early doors in that final corner, must have been under braking as the sun beats down, and whoa, Silver Star missing his braking there, or being caught out by Homesick and Skyjacker. Skyjacker right on the beef of Bazza's bosom, sorry, not his bosom. And Homesick Alien up and into the lead as Skyjacker tries to pull a move like we've seen him do before up the inside. Bazza just flapping in the wind, nothing he could do about that. There was no defence on that one. Skyjacker had that mid-straight. Bazza down into third. Big Dan is fourth. Silver Star now racing with Jokus. It's the red and black car versus the red and black. No, it's the red and black car versus the black and red car. No, it's the red and black car versus the black and red car. It's Jokus versus Silver Star. Great racing from the pair. We know Jokus has got an absolute monster between his legs, and that's what his wife tells us. He's also good in that golf. Harvey in seventh place with Homesick Alien leading. He has been second in the first two races no, he wasn't second in the two races. He was second in the first race. He could have been second in the second race, but he decided to be fourth in the second race, so now he's first in the third race. Keep up. Don't forget, there's a VRC hoodie for you and an ambulance. I've got to tell you how to get an ambulance, although Flashman's already told you, so it wouldn't be condoned by anyone. I wouldn't say do it. Just saying. I heard someone else gave an ambulance away when they watched the stream. I just wanted to do the same thing. So Homesick Alien leads with Skyjacker on chase and Bazza in it. Bazza could still get a podium from a terrible weekend here at Sardegna. There is still something to salvage out of this round. Big Dan in fourth. He's not finding that pace against the Baz. He's not right in there in the action. If anything, Jokus is catching. Where's Silver Star? Oh, Silver Star's facing the wrong way. Silver Star, has he got software problems? It's a new wheel, remember? It might have died on him. I know he's still got problems with that wheel. And Homesick, he's going to have to get his mentor, Binko, to look at it. He's really waiting. Maybe the wheel's just totally died altogether. So Homesick Alien then, blistering pace. He's leaving Skyjacker behind. And this is a close championship fight, remember, between... Flashman saying sorry for me. I think it was obvious anyway. So there's a yellow flag, but I think that's just for Silver Star as they come across him, and while he's trying to fix his golf. Hey mate, Bazza through. Big Dan's coming. Oh, he's got it fixed, and Big Dan nearly collecting Star-Lord, and Jokus through as well. Jokus takes to the grass. Does he go? He goes wide as well. Oh, Jokus cursing Silver Star, I imagine. Got to be aware. You're racing, Jokus. You've got to be aware of everything. There was a blue arrow not moving anywhere on the radar, but still. Harvey then in sixth. Oh, Silver Star's left. No way. I was only playing Silver Star. You didn't have to leave. Sorry, bud. Homesick then leads from Skyjacker with the Baz in third, and no one is taking that third away from our man Baz at the moment. Jokus has the pace, but he's not getting it out there through one reason or another. It's one thing to be at the front, but to try and make your way through the traffic is a total and utter different beast. And at the moment, Jokus has had nothing but blips in the road. I don't know, bumps in the road. Homesick Alien though looking good as we get up to the halfway mark of this third race, and it's Homesick Alien's race to throw away at the moment. Skyjacker hasn't pulled away from the Baz as much as he liked, and Baz, I don't know what he's done between race 2 and 3, but it looks like that car is a lot more comfortable underneath him. It looks less treacherous, And more stable, he says, as he takes it deep into the corner, but still, he's got to watch out for Big Dan. Big Dan is closing in. As is Jokers at 102.7. Jokers, remembering his car, can go fast, and is starting to push on. And he would be hopeful for a podium still, maybe, at this point. It's not out of the picture. Big Dan just ahead of him. Bazza not that far ahead of him also. With the pace we've seen from Jokers this round, I think a podium is still on the cards if the triple win isn't on. Homesick Alien has been knocking on the door of this win all round. We've seen the pace has been immaculate. And now he is easily leading, pulling away from Skyjacker, whom is pulling away from the Baz, who's being caught by Big Dan, whom is being caught by Jokers. So give it a couple of minutes. That little ingredients will be stirring nicely. Yeah, when you leave food in a sauce for a while, it starts with an M. I can't remember. I'm not a chef anyway. Homesick Alien. I shouldn't have. It was crude of me to use an ingredient style a recipe sort of style analogy. Jokers a 102.1 with Big Dan a 102.2 and Big Baz a 104.0. Who's the sitting duck in that lineup? Answers on a postcard. Send it to Blue Peter. But at the moment, Bazza in third. And we're coming up to the 10-minute mark. 5 minutes left. Big Dan pushing on a 102.5 last time around, but it was a 101.7 from Jokers. Jokers really is simmering. Yeah, I was thinking of Marge. You put meat with some and you leave it for a day or two so that the sauce. Oh, Baz is off the road. Sorry. Bazza there losing out to Jokers as well. Poor Baz. This is not a weekend he is going to want to remember as Big Dan. Is that a podium in every race for Big Dan? A Halfmeister in there is saying favourite drink is whiskey. Are you buying? No, I just meant slap it on the side of your car, old chap. Put a bit of old dog whiskey on the side of your car. Which makes it look a bit more racy. Gives you a couple of tenths. So Big Dan is being caught by Jokers. I told you, Jokers could still get a podium this one. Skyjacker at the moment, it's a lone race for Skyjacker because he can't live with the Alien. The Alien absolutely throttling it. He's not relenting, even though he's got a nice bag of space behind him. He is not lifting. He knows Sardegna can bite, and it can bite hard. It bit him last race, so he's leaving nothing to chance, pushing on hard.
I'll sort it for the next round.
No, you don't have to. Skyjacker then. There's plenty of guys in the Discord do it for you. There's loads of livery guys. Pat being one. Koi Carp's a good one. Guesty's wife is awesome. So yeah, if you can't be arsed or do what some other people do, just download one that you can edit and put the right tabs on. Although I don't mind a nice plain car. I like it, Harvey. Don't think for a second, oh look at that, 102.8 from Harvey. And that Golf is flying now. Oh, señor! What just happened there, ladies and gents? I flicked it back 10 seconds because I said Homesick Alien's leaving nothing to chance, pushing all the way. And has he pushed too hard? As he goes off the road, hits the barrier hard, rolls back onto the other barrier. More damage, more stress, and here he comes. The championship leader, Skyjacker, whips on by. He's going to check his nails, whip his hair. Skyjacker then into the lead. Homesick Alien ruin Sardinia right now in that car. He's just ruining it. Ruining the day. He ruined the day. Well, he's ruining the day. Sardinia ruined his day. Big Dan under pressure from Jokers. This race is far from over. Far from over. The Baz holding his own against Harvey, but Harvey is closing in. He's doing some very fine lap times, and he's starting to reel in the Belgium, a 103.8, and Baz doing a 105.1. Not in his heart's not in it, I don't think. Skyjacker then, sorry Baz, when you do watch this back. Skyjacker then, slides it around the first corner. Homesick Alien is faster, we know that, and Homesick Alien, we've still got a few minutes. I can't be asked to do the math. What is it? 2.5 minutes? No, 3.5 minutes. No, 1.5 minutes. We'll do all of them. I'm thinking of it like a 24-hour clock. So, yeah, 1.5 minutes. And Homesick Alien running out of time to take the win back, and Skyjacker 4 wins already this season. This will be number 5. And he's loving it. Look at him. Only remember Skyjackers because he's won the most. Whoa, Homesick Alien leaving it right out there. Jokers has got the job done on Big Dan. Sorry. Did he do it ages ago? So, wow, sliding the car through that corner. Look at Jokers go. He's on rails. Unbelievable stuff. Gets the job done on Big Dan. Big Dan just pedestrian there. Nothing he can do about that because Jokers is on fire and he's on to the podium. I called it. Thank you very much. Homesick Alien all over the back of Skyjacker, and with only a minute and small change to go. This race is far, far from over. Skyjacker leads from Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien all up and in his business as he looks up the inside in this corner. No, nothing's going. Homesick again. Is that the same one we saw? We may have seen that one. I flicked back for Jokers, didn't I? Jokers then trying to pull away from Big Dan. Big Dan staying there because he knows Jokers does like to put a wheel wide here and there. The Baz is still ahead of the halves, but the halves is flying, so Baz better watch out. And Skyjacker at the moment looking to take race 5, win 5 this season, and help him on his way to oh no, it's happened again. Homesick Alien comes through to take the win. How far behind is Jokers and Big Dan? Skyjacker getting going. Oh my lord, they might have to do another lap though, and Skyjacker's car is damaged and he wants the clock to run out, but it hasn't run out. Will it run out on Jokers? Oh my word, there's seconds in it, and Jokers can still find second place in this race. Big Dan goes across the line. The line has... no, he's got through. It's going to be Harvey, the first finisher, in 5th, ahead of the Baz. Also, Harvey did catch up the Baz. The Baz, ruined it again. He broke his car. Poor Baz. He had a bad one. I want to cuddle him. Virtual hugs. Oh no, Homesick Alien's throwing it away now. And oh my god, Joker's still ahead. I mean, Joker's still chasing Skyjacker. I thought the win was still back on for Jokers then. As Homesick Alien recovers, the other two closing in. This is the final lap. We're coming up to the final corner. This could be it. Jokers is through. Jokers is through. Oh no, no, no. I'm watching the wrong people at the wrong times. And Skyjacker chasing, but he's lost the Golf. He's dropped the Golf at the bottom of the hill. He's hit the barrier, and Jokers is up into second, but Homesick Alien's done enough. He's done just enough, only just enough, to get the win done, because Jokers was closing in, man. Believe me, what a race. So Homesick Alien takes the win, finally. Jokers comes home in second, which I didn't call, and Big Dan, 3 podiums, I believe. Take a boo, my son. And Skyjacker coming home in 4th. And I imagine he'd have mixed feelings about that, because what a race, but the result at the end bit him. Could have been a win. So, deep rest, people. That was 3 very manic racers. And it was Homesick Alien then who brought it home in the end, and the fastest lap to take the win. Well done, Homesick Alien. Jokus didn't get his 3 wins, but he did get 3 podiums out of this one, which I think Big Dan did as well. I've given up. Big Dan, great stuff. Too far away, but you wouldn't see us, but I can see you. Well done on your podiums. Skyjacker in 4th place, best of the rest. How's that going to do with his championship? Harvey in 5th place. Good lap times there. And Harvey just dipping his toe into the VRC ocean and hopefully enjoying what he is feeling. And the Baz, it's a round to forget. It's all right. We'll probably drop this one, Baz. There'll be no ever mention of Baza and Sardinia Sea again. But thank you for your efforts, and which I think had wheel issues. That, ladies and gents,
fantastic combs as usual.
Was
have a great weekend.
An absolute cracking season. Cracking season. It's over. Thanks for coming. A cracking round from these tidy little Golfs. What fun little racers they are. And here we go then. Ensign Hewitt in the chat saying, great stream, fantastic comms, as usual thingy. Have a great weekend, bird. Yeah, it's a long one here in the UK. We've got a bank holiday on the go. I don't know what it's for. You think I'd find out? I think it's just because it's August. Or the end of August. So we enjoy it by having a Monday off. The next round coming at you like Cleopatra will be the sprint, the 4C. Oh, I messed it up. It's got a really cool, like, initials as well. 4CST. It's the new android from Star Wars. So the 4CST is the next on my cards to do. That will be coming at you at some point. Just hit like and subscribe, and you won't miss a single minute's action. It's for drinking, says Flashman. What, whiskey? Or bud? Oh, the Monday. Yeah, the bank holiday Monday is for drinking. Yes, outdoor drinking. Pub garden drinking only on bank holiday Monday, please. So, yes, if you want, thank you for watching the stream. If you want an ambulance, well, you dial 999 and say there's an accident down the road. And then when the paramedics run in that house to help people or go and knock the door, you jump in the ambulance. Now, you'll get into trouble. I'm not saying you're allowed to do it. I'm just saying that's how you get an ambulance. The joke kind of lost its way along the stream. It sounded good at the beginning because of Kaz doing his ambulance thing, and I thought, how reckless. That could go wrong. So then I thought, shall we be reckless and go wrong? Don't steal ambulances, because people need them. People's feelings get hurt and they have to call up the ambulance to come and sort out their feelings, okay? So don't steal ambulances, because people with feelings need them. I was your broadcaster and your commentator, Mike Oxbig. Thank you for joining us here at the Virtual Racers Club. Keep an eye out for the 4CST. It's coming your way, round 2. It's going to be a corker. Peace and love. Peace and love.